Good morning, children. Welcome to our social session. Today, I will be explaining you a new lesson in geography, lesson number 8, natural resources. Children, just see page number 45. On page number 45, you could see many uh, images there, okay? Many pictures of animals, then flowers, mango, cotton pod, then octopus. You could see these pictures, yes, and you must have seen all these animals. So, how many of these animals do you know? There are few questions given here. And which of these things have you seen in reality? Have you ever used these things or seen them being used? Which of our needs do some of this fulfill? What probably use of the unused things can you think of? Okay, so there are different questions asked here. Then, through this, we will move on to our main topic, natural resources. So, you see many different things on the earth's surface. Yeah, with some things you are familiar, you know, you have seen in your day to day life. Yes, and for example, water. Water, it is the main resource. We make use of water in our day to day life. Water is useful for bathing, then cooking, washing. There are different purposes of water, uses of water. Yeah, so that the natural things that man uses are called natural resources. Now you understood, children, what is natural resource? The natural things, the things which we get in nature, is called as natural resources. So man fulfills his needs through these natural resources. For example, air, water, soils, land, minerals, plants, and animals are all natural resources. We are dependent on natural resource. Okay, we are dependent on water for our different day-to-day activities, drinking, washing, cooking. Okay, then we are dependent on air. Without air, we cannot live without air. We breathe in air. Okay, then soil, we grow crops on soil. Then land, minerals, plants, animals, they are these natural resources which are useful to us. But we need to understand that most of the natural resources are limited in nature. Therefore, they are invaluable. We have to treasure it. Okay, like suppose minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas. Yeah, we have to use it sparingly. Yeah, with great care, because these natural resources are limited. Of this, air is such a resource that is available in plenty. But this resource, it never depletes. Air will, like other natural resources, like I said, mineral oil, coal, petroleum, and all this, it may get depleted. Okay, it may get over if we go on using it without thinking. But air is in plenty, it would never deplete, but it can change its quality. Like we have so many vehicles running on the roads side, then there are many factories, industries, okay, chemical industries. Then what happens? We pollute the air because of all this activity, our day-to-day activity, the fuels and all. It gives out carbon monoxide gases which pollutes the air. Okay, so we need air for various purposes, right from breathing to burning. But its quality may change, even though it does not deplete, it do not get depleted. but still air quality may change. Why? Because of pollution. So we have to see that we do not spoil the quality of air due to pollution. So just see different figures given on page number 46. Okay, figure 8.2 to 8.13. This all figures gives us idea of some of the natural resources. You must have seen this type of natural resources. These people are dependent on nature. Yeah, they carry out their livelihood, different occupations which is based on nature. Like in the first picture 8.2, agriculture, you could see the man plowing the field. Yeah, so natural resources, soil and oxen. Okay, so the bullocks. But here next is fishing. Fishing, natural resources is fish. So difference here, they are dependent, like collection of honey, drawing water, gathering wood here, which is the natural resource, wood. Drawing water, water is a natural resource. So here also gathering of resin from trees, collection of rubber latex, extraction of salt, a mason at work, mining. So these all occupation, these are the different occupations which they do, and this occupation is based on nature. So these are the primary, some of them are primary occupations which you had already learned, the different occupations, primary, secondary and tertiary. Okay, so primary, out of this first primary occupation, the occupation is based on nature, like agriculture, fishing. These are all primary occupations. Now on page number 47, 8.13 figure, transportation by pack of animals. Animals are used for, some of the animals like donkeys and all, they are used for transportation, carrying loads. Okay. Now here there is some few activities like 8.2 to 8.13. You have to answer the questions given here based on, you have to observe the figures on page number 46 and answer these questions, following questions given. Okay, so I'll just read out the questions. What different activities are the individuals in the pictures engaged in? Second, what things will they obtain through these activities? Third, what are the animals in the pictures doing? Fourth, what is the use of the tall device in figure 8.12 raised on the ground? Fifth, what has been loaded in the truck? What are we going to get from it? Last, where are all these human activities being performed other than fishing? Now, in some of the figures, man is shown doing different tasks. You must have seen in these figures that man is doing different tasks. Each task is related to some resource. Now let us see. In figure 8.2, you can see man is seen plowing the land. Okay, so farmer plows the soil, yes, and he makes the soil cultivable so that he can sow grains and grow crops. Okay, in this cultivable land he grows various crops and fulfill his own and others' need. Now for this plowing and cultivation, what he needs, the natural resource required is soil. Okay, so main natural resource required for cultivation of crops is soil. Yeah, that is land. And soil is used all over the world and it is very important resource for agriculture. Without soil, agriculture is not possible. Okay, because plantation of trees, then sowing seeds and all this is done, plowing field and all is done because of soil. Yeah, it is done in the soil. Now soil, how soil is formed. Okay, you must have seen different mountains, rocks, yeah, plateaus, plains and all, but how soil is formed. So soil formation mainly depends on original rock, climate, organic components and slope of land and time. It takes hundreds and thousands of years, children, to form only 1 centimeter thick soil. Okay, layer of soil. So, how is this soil formed? Soil is formed from original rock. When a big original rock, mountains and all, gets withered away due to heavy rains or strong winds, yeah, heat, cold. So all small particles from the rocks, it comes out, the rocks becomes brittle and it gets withered away. Then climate, organic compounds, some dead animals, plants, their body gets decomposed in the soil. Yeah, their body, the all these all components after decomposition, it gets mixed in the soil. It makes the soil fertile. Okay, then slope of land and time. So this is the main how uh, the soil is formed, how soil formation takes place. I repeat, soil formation takes place. It depends on original rock, climate, organic components, slope of the land and time. Then according to the types of rocks and climate in different regions. Now you must have come across, if you go to Konkan region, so there is some red soil, some interior part of Maharashtra and all, they are black soil. So type of soil, it is different in different region. It depends on the type of rocks as well as the climatic conditions there. Okay, you will not find same type of soil everywhere. The texture of soil and the color of soil is different in different regions. And a long period is required for the formation of mature soil, a fertile soil. Yeah, just now I told you a period of about 1,000 years required for development of 2.5 centimeter thick layer of soil. Huh? So nearly thousands of years it takes for the development of 2.5 centimeter thick layer of soil. Is that clear to you, children? Okay, now see figure 8.3 and 8.5. Here you can see a man catching fish and another drawing water from a well. In these pictures, man is seen using the natural resource water. Yes, water is a natural resource. It is needed for fulfilling different things, means needs. Yeah, we require water for fulfilling our needs. So right from time we get up in the morning, we keep on using water till we go to bed at night. From this we can come to the conclusion that how much water is important to us. We cannot live without water. Along with air, water is also an important natural resource. So entire living world depends on this resource. Plants, animal, human being, even small creatures. Okay, they are all dependent on water. We cannot live without water. Now see figure 8.9. It shows that we obtain salt from seawater. Salt is also very important in our day-to-day life. While cooking food, we have to add a pinch of salt. Without salt, our food is tasteless. Yes, so salt is also very important commodity which we get because of water. Now in a figure 8.14, global water reserve and availability. See here, earlier I told you, I explained you that out of total area on the earth's surface, nearly 71% of earth's surface is occupied by water and 29% by land. But still we are facing water crisis on earth. Okay, there is problem of water everywhere. We have to use water sparingly. Now see the amount given, total water on the earth is 100%, but usable water on the earth 3%. Out of 100%, only 3% is usable, because rest all ocean water, sea water, it's salty. We can't use it for drinking, washing, cooking purpose. Okay, so water available on the earth for use 0.003, only a spoonful. Imagine, only this much water is available. Yeah, so a very micro quantity, that is 0.003% of water is available for use out of 100%. Imagine. That is why I'm telling you, children, you don't waste water. How much is required, that much only you should use it for your consumption. Yes, don't waste water when you're brushing your teeth and all. See that you only open the tap when it is needed. Yes. Then figure 8.6, gathering wood. It shows some individual collecting wood from the forest. Some people are shown collecting different items in the forest like honey, resin, rubber, latex. Yeah. In order to fulfill our needs, we collect various products from plant in nature. There are various plants on land surface. Plants are broadly classified as grass, herbs, shrubs, and trees. See here, water is important, that we had already learned. But along with water, soil, air, plants are also important. It is also an important natural resource, and it could be it is broadly classified as grass, herbs, shrubs, and trees. There are different variety of plants found. Some are short, some are tall. Yeah, some huge trees like mango tree, banyan trees. Yes, so man has successfully experimented with some grasses to obtain grains. Yes, this helped him to avoid painful wandering for gathering food. Earlier, during the Stone Age period, man used to wander from one place to another in search of food. Yes, he used to hunt animals, then gather foods from trees. They used to eat roots, bulbs. Yeah, but later on, when man discovered uh, that by if you he plows the field, then when man started carrying out agriculture activities, so he settled in one place. So it helped him to avoid painful work of wandering for food. Yeah, he began to live a settled life after agricultural activities. So the basins of Yonge, Sindhu, Nile, and Euphrates are some of the areas where such settlements flourished in the past. In history, you have studied about Harappan civilization, Mohenjo-daro Harappan civilization, how these people settled on the banks of river. Okay, so there are different civilization which prospered on the bank of rivers. Yeah, so they settled on the bank of rivers for cultivation or for agricultural purpose. This you had studied in standard 5th. Okay, now with this we have finished our first part of lesson number 8, natural resources. In the first part I explained you the different activities carried on by man which is based on natural resources. Okay, and the importance of water, how much quantity of water is used for our consumption. Yes, so this all we had learned. Then importance of soil, different natural resources, air, water, soil, and how man fulfill his needs by exploiting the different natural resources. This we had learned. Okay, I hope you understood the lesson. Lesson number 8, natural resource, first part. Okay, now in our next session I will be explaining you second part of this lesson. Okay, till then, thank you.